Hello, 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 my loves. We are going to be doing a reading about the week ahead. So, the fact that right now I have this beautiful sunflower background to me is saying that there's going to be a lot of sunshiny moments coming up in this next week. But let's see what we've got going on here. What is the overall energy for this week ahead? Ooh, yeah, beautiful. Emotional pouring out. And typically the Ace of Cups is about emotionally fulfilling new beginnings, but it's also about emotions moving. It's not stuck in stagnant water. This is one that's flowing around, and water is related to our emotions. So sometimes we block off our emotions and they're kind of really keeping us stuck and stagnant, and things are not flowing. And think about stagnant water and all the yucky stuff that grows in those. Flowing water is beautiful, it's pure, it's really just so wonderful. So the overall energy of the week is all about having some type of emotions that are flowing out, that are positive, and it could be clearing out some negative ones too, but it's all about emotionally fulfilling new beginnings. What is something unexpected that arises this week? Something unexpected that arises this week. Eagle Medicine in the reverse position. So I am pulling out the book real quick on that. Eagle Medicine, typically this card speaks about profound connection to the Creator and the heavenly realms. As the eagle soars high above the earth, it has the ability to see things from a higher perspective. Courage and stamina are filling your life, and you have the ferocity to right injustices and wrongs done to you by others. It's time to face your fear and overcome it. So I feel like there's some type of hesitation when it comes to facing something that's been negatively impacting you and allowing you to soar. And that could be something highly unexpected to arise, and it might create some of this emotional flowing coming out and pouring out of you so that the situation can move forward and you could acknowledge what is keeping you held back and what is keeping you stuck. Going forward, what is a message for going forward at this time? Six of Gabriel in the reverse position. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. It's time to move on to the next project. This could also be about awards, scholarships, or promotion. This is typically a card of victory. And so when this comes out in the reverse position, you might feel like going forward, this was not a great week, and that things didn't go as expected or hoped, and it might kind of have this outlook of like, ugh, that's not what I wanted. This isn't working out. This isn't great. I'm not victorious. Things, I feel like the things that don't work out, like rejection is God's protection. And I feel like the things that aren't working out for you are actually going to lead you to the sun, but it might not feel like it this week. There might be some challenges, definitely, in moving forward this week. What is the inspiration this week? I'm guided to the surrender deck. What is the inspiration for this week? Surrender to join, surrender to play. You're not playing and finding the things that bring you joy as much as what you should be. So the inspiration for this week is to do those things. Let yourself feel joy. Let yourself play. Take a break from the heaviness of life. Actually, let me put these up here and allow yourself to really enjoy things. There's also perspective and potential that's on the table. So to me, I feel like you're going to be finding out what your potential is, because you likely have no idea what that is at this point, and you're going to gain a new perspective. And this may come from being around others or being in a situation that is not typical for you. And it's really going to show you what your potential is by working through this, even if you don't see it quite yet. What is the inner self message? And I actually feel like this is tied to that inner self message, but is there anything else when it comes to the inner self message for this week? Seize the moment. So I feel like, because this is coming out in the reverse position, that seizing the moment is something that may be difficult for you. Maybe somebody invites you out to coffee and you're like, no, I really can't. Or invite you out to dinner, or invite you to something, or you get the inspiration of, hey, maybe I should do this thing. And you talk yourself immediately out of it. No, I can't, because I have all of these things to do. But the thing is we're here for a short amount of time in these earthly bodies that we have. And we're really meant to be enjoying life, not just always working so hard on the things that we feel like we have to do. Sometimes we need to do the things that we want to do instead of the things that we should do, because this is actually what changes our energy and leads us into the most beautiful things. But we have to allow ourselves to let that happen. So what is the challenge for this week? Guided back to these cards. What's the challenge for this week? Things not going the way that you expected them to in your happily ever after. So you might have had a vision of something that you really thought was going to be it and beautiful and everything that you wanted. And you're realizing like, oh, there's trouble in paradise. And this really, the way that this is currently going is not the best possible way. So surrendering to the actual path that you are on to shift it to a new one, I feel like is definitely going to be a challenge this week. This is where love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. There also could be some type of conflict within this relationship that is kind of blocking this this is the 10 of Cups, but in a different deck, it's called the 10 of Raphael. This is where, so with this coming out, it's not like the challenge card came out. It's like the 10 of Cups is here for you, but it isn't going to look like the path that you're currently on. There's something on this path that absolutely needs to change to be able to balance out those energy and to have the play and the joy and the laughter and the happiness come through. What do we have for a relationship message this week? Relationship message this week. Love yourself first. True love. You are your own true love. And it's time for you to love yourself first and put yourself first, because there's different things within these connections sometimes with others that we want to put them first and their needs first, but we forget how important our own are. And your energy shifting by playing more is really going to help to get to a place where it's like, what do I want to do? What do I want to experience? What do I enjoy? What do I love? Looking at that more is definitely a big key this week. Is there any advice? Okay, advice for this week. Make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. This card came out in the reverse. So I feel like maybe you're feeling like your dreams aren't possible. And this card is saying, don't give up on those dreams. Like there's a genie here in a bottle. So don't forget to spend a little bit of time focusing on the different things in life that are possible as things change. What type of support this week? Smudging ceremony. You can support yourself by cleansing the space and cleansing the energy. I tend to do this with sage often before I do a reading. I actually get out my sage, I cleanse the energy, cleanse the space, but I clean the house and sage this weekend also. I sage myself to keep my own energy clear. I'll do a different meditation to allow me to cleanse my own energy as well. So those things are likely things that can really, really support you and help connect you to your own energy and to the divine. Outcomes at this point in time. These cards are heavily being used. Okay. These are all coming out in reverse. So the Knight of Ariel, this is, there's so much to accomplish, make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. There's so much to accomplish, make a very detailed plan. Coming out in the reverse is saying, no, live in the moment a little bit more and focus more on the things that bring you joy. Then the Two of Raphael is two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. So with this coming out in the outcome position, I feel like there's going to be some challenges within the relationships this week, and that instead of focusing on the relationships and fixing that, it's like looking at your own energy and allowing yourself to connect to you, connecting to who you are, to connecting to what it is that you want to experience and what you want this life to look like for you, and to connect to your own energy a little bit more. Because if we're focused on the other person, we're kind of being inauthentic to ourselves. So this is where you get to focus on you and what you love, and it makes you actually more magnetic to beautiful things in life. But if we're always focused on what we should be doing based on other people or what they might think, to me, that's what's immediately coming up. What is this other person going to think if I focus a little bit more on myself, or if I, do the things that I love? What are they going to think of me? And it's like, be you, be true to you, do what it is that you love, make time for you, because you are also important. So don't forget that this week. So that is what I've got for you. I hope that this message finds you well, and I will talk to you soon, my loves.